Oh, this is quite big, isn't it? Hello everyone and welcome to...
I just kind of blinked and it was like, gosh, where did all this come from?
I don't want a divorce, Linda, but I can't live with her in them conditions.
It's disgusting. It's nasty.
She threatened that she would take the gun.
Whatever this is. Oh my god, look at the state of the place. Look at all of that crap that I need to sort out. So yes, I've officially moved into the property. I've been kind of settling in and stuff like that, even though the place isn't quite ready. In fact, it's not ready at all. And everything's just a bit dusty still. But I've been making it work, look. I've got my cute little bed set up and everything. Originally, I set just a mattress on the floor, and I was just sleeping on a mattress. And then I realised why beds are so important. It's because it stops your pillows from falling off the mattress. So I woke up the next day with a terrible stiff neck, because I'd been sleeping like that. So the following day I set the bed up because I couldn't survive like that. But yes, I thought today we would sort the studio out. If you remember last week, I was obviously having a bit of a meltdown and stuff. I did end up getting the curtains up and they're quite secure and stuff, so that's all sorted now. I have calmed down a little bit. Last week was an incredibly stressful week. I don't know whether you could tell. But I was a bit chewed. Lots was happening away from the camera and stuff. The thing is, people don't see like the stuff that isn't recorded, and that day, that week, it was a rough one. It was a real rough one. Don't know how I kept it together. It's because I didn't keep it together at all, did I?
No.
But it's taken me absolutely ages to cart all of my stuff. This is only a bit of it. You should see the bedrooms upstairs. They are filled with just stuff. There's so much stuff. I didn't realise how much stuff I had. Not all of this is the studio. Some of this is just miscellaneous crap that I've just kind of chucked in here. So we'll make sense of it and we'll have a new studio. I'm excited. I can't wait. I really can't wait to actually have a functioning studio. I've missed my studio. It's been months since I've had one. So I think my plan of action first is to decipher what needs to be in here and what doesn't. And what doesn't need to be in here needs to get out.
Sink into the floor.
Wait.
Sink.
Right, these are important. These are smoke alarms. I need to fit these actually because I haven't got any smoke alarms yet and I don't want to burn alive in the house. I'll put them on the side, so I'll install them today. I'll remember to do that. These are light bulbs, but I have a bag of light bulbs, so this can go in with the rest of them. Ooh, look! Terry's chocolate orange, yeah! I'll be having that later with a glass of wine, yes I will. I say a glass of wine, I don't own any glasses yet, so it'll have to be a ceramic cup of wine. I'm just gonna shove it all upstairs. Be back in a minute. That's all bedding. That doesn't need to be in here. Actually, I'll just shove that under my bed. I should just shove it out the way. There's a few other bits that are just whatever, but like, I'm finding it a bit overwhelming. For example, I haven't even put any of my clothes away. They're literally all in boxes and bags, mainly because I don't have anywhere to put them yet, because I was in the process of painting the cupboard, but the cupboard wasn't finished being painted and I didn't want to get paint all over the clothes. I finally got the bedroom fully painted, so I can move my clothes in later on today. Right, okay, I feel like I can kind of, what's the word, see the trees? No, see the leaves from the trees or something like that. Can I? I don't know whether I can actually. I think I just lied to myself. Oh my god, where do I even start? This is obviously the studio desk. This is important. I'll move that over there for now until I'm ready for it. Everywhere is still incredibly dusty, by the way. It is nice to wear some normal clothes though and feel a bit more presentable on camera because I've been looking like a proper scruff lately. I am aware I'm just moving things from one side to another, but I think it'll make sense. Do I do lights first or do I do everything else first? I can't remember how I installed the studio. Or would it make more sense to put the shelves in place and then I can kind of build around the shelves? I think that makes more sense, doesn't it? Do you think? I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's going to look very similar to the studio I've already had, because I kind of like that setup. It's going to be a little bit different though. I've bought a few other nice little things for it. Can't remember whether we gave this one a name. I can only imagine as well when I was moving all my stuff in, because obviously I have some like unusual things and some people I suppose would call them quirky things. I dread to think what my neighbours were saying about us. I bet they thought like a proper crazy person was moving in next door. And they were right. You also might be wondering how the past few days have been moving into the place and stuff and how I've found it. I've actually found it really nice. I found it super chilled. Although obviously the place is like not quite right and not quite ready and stuff, I've still kind of settled. I've settled in and it's just feeling very homely and very lovely, and it just got a very nice energy about it. One thing I am massively missing from home is having a dog. When you're so used to having like an animal or a pet around, and obviously you don't have any of them anymore, it's just very almost empty. For example, each day I would usually have like a chicken sandwich or something, and I would always get a little bit extra chicken for the next day ready, and then I would give it to the dogs. And I've been doing that. I've been getting like an extra bit of chicken and then come to make like a chicken sandwich and not have a dog to give it the extra bits of chicken to. So it's been quite sad. And you might be asking if any of the dogs are coming to live with us and stuff like that. Unfortunately not. I work long hours, obviously I'm on my own, and where they live at the moment on a farm, they can kind of run around and do what they want and be free. And some of them have lived there for what, 12, 13 years of their life, and to uproot them and change their living environment and stuff, it's just not fair on them. And also, the majority of the dogs are kind of shared. So like me, my dad and his wife, they were kind of like a collective thing. I always considered Abel to be my little baby, and he still is my little baby, and I will go over and see him still. But yeah, I just didn't think it was fair for him. It really wasn't. I think it would be very selfish of us to bring a dog here when I'm just not around enough for them and stuff. It just wouldn't be fair. And also, unfortunately, we did actually lose another one of the dogs whilst this kind of renovation was happening. So we lost Ava. She ended up having an emergency hysterectomy because something was going on, and she just never fully recovered from it. And it's kind of difficult because when we got the dogs, they were all kind of the same age, so they've all grown up together. So they're all getting to that age now where things go wrong, health declines and stuff, and you start to lose them, and it just becomes really sad. Yes, I just thought I would let you know, just in case you're obviously wondering if any of the dogs are coming round. But it does make a difference. I always say a pet, like a dog or a cat or anything, it makes a house a home, and it really does. I'm sure one day I'll get one eventually, but at the moment, just not the right time. Oh, accessories. Oh, isn't this nice? Boa and whatever this is. What's this? I don't know what this is. When did I make this? Feels like a weapon and smack people with it. Maybe it's like a witch's broom or something. I don't know, but kind of goes, doesn't it? Ah. Does it go? I think it goes. And I have copious amounts of artwork. I'm going to try and find some places in the house for some of these pieces. Should I try and put some in the studio? Oh, I don't know where to put it all. Because I've got stuff that I've made on the channel, like art-wise, and then I've also got some other art stuff that I've made just during my kind of career as an artist. I feel like I've got just a few too many things. Just a touch. Honestly, it's going to be so nice to get rid of these boxes. I'm sick of seeing them. They take up so much space. They've been fantastic additions to obviously the move, and you can fit lots in them, but they just take up so much space. Also, by the way, if you are wondering, I didn't hire a moving company or a moving van or anything for literally any of this. I must have done about 15 trips in total with my dad's 4x4. I'm talking chest of drawers, big bits of furniture, desks, etc. And I moved every single piece myself. Would I recommend that for anybody else? Absolutely not. It was one of the hardest things. In fact, I think it comes to a close second on when I did the kitchen worktops. That's how much of a difficult day it was. I was struggling. Okay, so the new studio wall has been fully cleaned, and now shelves. I don't know whether I want the shelves to be where they were originally. I think I want a bit of a bigger gap in between because I want to add some more stuff. I know for a fact I'm saying, oh, this needs to look like this, and this is going to go over here, and it's going to be a bit different. It's going to be exactly the same, I know it is. I can already tell. Right, and we'll connect these back together. Hopefully these are still working and they haven't been damaged in the move. Only one works. Oh, there we go. Oh, good. Oh, they're different colours. That one's more of a turquoise, that one's more of a blue. Have they always been that way? Have they always been different colours and I've never noticed? Or can you change the colours? I have no idea. But they look fun, don't they? Oh, jazzy. They look nice against the yellow. I definitely don't think I'm going to have as much space as I did last time. When I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, I've got more space, weirdly enough. I don't think I do. I think I'm going to have slightly less. I tell you what, maybe we should do this and then put lights up. I think that'll be important. And then I can figure out where other things need to be. And also for the lights, I bought another 2 boxes of the multicoloured lights that I had in the original one, and I'm going to scrap the white lights that I had and I just want colour. That's all I want. I just want colourful lights. I think it'll be fun. I'm not doing command hooks again, by the way. I'm just going to be putting everything up with like nails and screws and stuff, mainly because it's cheaper and easier, and also people might be worried about like the condition of the walls and putting holes in your brand new decorated walls. I've plastered ceilings, I've fitted kitchen worktops, a couple of holes in a wall. Piece of piss. Honestly, so easy to fix compared to what I've actually been doing these past couple of months. We finally have light. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, doesn't that look cool? Oh, that looks so fun. I know it looks a bit like kind of messy and like crazy and stuff. There's not really much rhythm. I've just kind of like chucked them on basically. But once all the other stuff's on there, it'll just kind of layer nicely and it just acts as like a lovely background, you know? You have to trust that I'm an interior designer now, okay? I'm an interior designer, a builder, a painter decorator. I can do everything. So yes, that's gorgeous. It's given very Stranger Things. Oh, how fun. Why isn't everyone else's house like fun? When did we lose like the funness of it all? I know being like an adult you're supposed to be like dead serious and boring and stuff like that, but who said? Like, why can't we have a bit of colour and a bit of light and a bit of fun in our life? You know what I mean? And I don't think there's any kind of like inner child or any of that bullshit, but just like, the thing is like the world, oh, I'm gonna get proper deep now.
Oh my God.
The world can be such a depressing place and such a sad place and stuff, and there's so much shit going on constantly all the time. Why can't we have fun lights just to cheer us up a little bit? Well, no one said I can't. I don't know why I'm inventing these rules for. No one's told us I can't do this, and obviously I have done it anyway. But yeah, I think if people spent more time doing this instead of like chucking bombs at each other and stuff, we'd be a lot happier, wouldn't we? Honestly, the world's gone mad. Don't know why I'm getting so irate for, but I'm just angry. Like, the world's proper shite, isn't it? It's people in charge. People in charge need to, you know, get a grip and stick some fairy lights on the wall and calm themselves down a bit. And I know originally in the old studio I put lights around kind of the frames of the shelves and stuff. I'm not going to do it this time. I think that was a little bit too much. It was too much light, and I don't know, I'm just going to keep it minimal like this for now, okay? Well, I say minimal, I'm going to chuck all my other shit on the walls and on the shelves and stuff, so that'll be fun. Ooh, I've got another thing to set up as well. I thought what would make a fun new addition to the studio would be to have this coat rack and basically have it in the background and use it to kind of show off all my sewing creations and fashionable treats, because before they were just kind of like thrown around and they're all over the place. At least this keeps it a bit more organised. Hopefully it's quite easy to assemble. Oh, I think it will be. I think it just literally screws into place. Oh, this is quite big, isn't it?
That's what she said.
I wasn't expecting it to be as big as it is. I feel like that ended up being a bit naughty. This goes on the bottom here. I completely wasn't expecting this to be as tall as it is. I don't even think it was that expensive either. The leg bits go in here, don't they? There's a lot of twisting, a lot of screwing. Also, while I'm assembling this coat rack, I thought I would let you know why I'm putting the studio up like now and not kind of continuing with other things. It's because the home renovation series, it's going to be on a bit of a hiatus. So we're going to have a pause from home renovation content. I know we've all thoroughly been enjoying it, but the reason for that is it's because it's taken us ages to do. It's very, very difficult to do. I'm literally running out of content. If I continue with the home renovation series, we're literally going to have weeks and weeks without any videos. So I'm putting the studio up and I'm going to start some regular kind of studio-based content, cute craft kits, lots of little crafts and stuff like that. And then eventually it may be a few months from now, it might be a year from now, we'll pick back up with the home renovation series and kind of finish that off and stuff. There's still a room of the house you haven't actually seen. Seriously, there's a room that's in dire need of lots of work, but I don't know whether I have the money, time or patience to even attempt that yet. So there will still be plenty of DIY home stuff coming at some point, but it just might be a bit sporadic. I had originally planned for the entire home renovation series to be kind of one big thing. It'd come to an end and me do the before and after and be like, wow, look, it used to look like this and now it looks like this, but it hasn't gone the way I thought it was gonna go. I feel like you can plan and and really think about how something's gonna go, and then it just, well, life just surprises you, things just surprise you, and you don't realise how complicated it was going to be. But that's fine. I've learned a lot doing it, and I guarantee I'm going to continue to learn a lot more as we go on, but yeah, it's been quite a fun experience. One thing I will say, mind, YouTube absolutely hated the fact that I pivoted my content. Don't you dare! Like my regular viewers and stuff, I think have thoroughly enjoyed the home renovation series. I've had like lots of nice comments and stuff. As for like the algorithm and all that crap, absolutely hated it. Really, really hated it. I don't understand why either, because I feel like platforms like YouTube and even TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that, they stop you from experimenting and trying new things. They want you to do the same thing over and over again. And that's when you get stuck with just boring content that's the same all the time. And that's why content creators get bored and stuff. If algorithms can't stand it when you change your content literally slightly, then I don't know. I don't know what they expect. Do I think YouTube and other social media platforms give one shit about their content creators? Absolutely not. You might care about the ones who have like millions and millions of subscribers and stuff, but us small folks and us small channels couldn't give a shit about us.
Because you're weak, you're pathetic, and you obviously have nothing to show me.
Right. Isn't that good? Okay, great. That was really easy to assemble. And I'm thinking we'll put that somewhere, like here or something, and then that can display our stuff. Actually, I tell you what, I'll get the two little chest of drawers that I made. I did damage this one during the move. I've taken loads of paint off it. Yeah, the front of it and the sides of it looks pretty rough. Oh, it's beat up. Severely beat up, this one. Slide you in place here. Already there's more space here because them two used to be like really close together. So I think basically the next step is to literally just add all my shite onto here and just see what happens. See where I kind of feel like things need to be. Yay, studio. Okay, that's fine. This is going to take me a while, but I don't mind. So what do we think? Oh my god, look at it. It's my studio. I feel like I've been a lot more minimal. I know some people will be like, what are you talking about, and like, look at the state of it. Honestly, I've been more selective with this. It doesn't look like it. I'm well aware it doesn't look like it. But I've handpicked a lot of things, and there's so much stuff that I'm actually, unfortunately, either going to have to get rid of or find somewhere in the house to keep, because I literally can't find space for it. How homely does it look? I've got Gladys or Glynis or whatever her name is. Got her over there. Got Mannequin. I added a lovely little headpiece for Mannequin. Since he's no longer a light anymore, I thought that would be quite nice. And also I feel like you can see more things that you just never used to get to see. I think there's a lot more on show and a lot more variety as well. I think it looks more put together, if I'm honest with you. I don't know how long it'll stay like this, and also until I get in front of it and see what it's looking like behind us, I might have to tweak a few things. So I think basically all I need to do now is get rid of all this and figure out where this is all going and do something with it, because there's just stuff everywhere. Put my desk up, put my rug down, and then studio, here we come. It's literally taken me all day to do this. I'm quite shocked. I wasn't expecting it to take as long. Oh my god, I'm back! You don't understand how much I've missed this. I feel like I've been missing an arm or a leg or some sort of appendage. Being a crafter and a content creator without the studio, it's been, I don't know, I've felt very lost. It just feels me again. It feels so nice to have the studio back. I think I've done a pretty good job of replicating basically what the studio looked like before. It might look a little bit different, I can't quite tell. It looks a bit more sparse. I might have to fill it up a bit more. Maybe it's my chair's blending in a little bit. There we go. I will obviously have to test out the sound and the lighting and make sure everything's okay. I might have to tweak some bits. There's a lot of like technical boring shite that no one cares about that I'll have to do. Let me zoom in, see what I look like zoomed in. What's the zooming gonna be like? Oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? I might switch that lamp. I'm not a huge fan of that lamp. Like that one there, it's an ugly lamp, but we'll see. I feel like it's too raised with I'm very particular about how I like my camera to kind of face and stuff. There's a very specific way. It'll take us a long time to tweak and adjust. Yay, studio back. Yes! Anyway, it's been a long day and I've still got many house things to do. So if you're just as happy as I am that the studio is back, then make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And I'll see you next week for some crafty content. Finally, some crafty studio content. I've missed it. Missed it a lot. I've enjoyed doing the home renovation series, and obviously there's plenty more videos to come of that. But I don't know, I've missed studio content. Also, the fun thing about this studio is I don't have a wall of like materials to look at, and the wall of materials isn't going to return. I've found a different place for that. So it's nice to look at my mural and like see something a bit more interesting. I didn't realise like how shit my view was in the previous studio. My view was shocking. It was really uninteresting. This view is lovely. But before we go, we actually have a new VIO. What a lovely fitting time to introduce a new VIO. But I want to say a big thank you to Luna Lucifer, great name, for becoming an exclusive VIO. You very important orange you. Do you want to become a very important orange as well? They are the most important oranges in the world. Then I think there's a link down below. Honestly, I'm so bad at this. I'm pretty sure there's a link down below. Also, apparently, like, YouTube's brought in like a hype thing or something, so you can hype this video. I don't fully understand what it is.
That what, honey?
Yous kept commenting on one of my video, and people were like, oh, make sure to hype this video. And I was like, yeah, you know, tell all your friends and family, hype it up. Go for it. And then I realised after like several people had said hype, I was like, there must be something to this. And I realised there's this feature where you can actually click, I think it's on mobile, and hype a video. Don't fully get it, but you're more than welcome to hype this video too. Like, subscribe, comment. Share it with friends, family and enemies. Write it in the sky via aeroplane. It's completely up to you what you do. I don't mind. You could have a gender reveal party and it'd just be my channel. That would be a bit ridiculous, wouldn't it? I've got work tomorrow anyway, so I best like get sorted. So I'll see you next week for some crafty goodness.